Are you waiting till you turn 25 so they just give you your license?
What do you mean waiting to turn 25? Like Snap Maps where I can click it and I see photos and like videos and shit.
Yes, you can. You actually can see videos and photos of the crime.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings a Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, we have a lot of US of A themed segments. First one is Guess the Crime. And second one, we have head to head putting the US against Australia. But before that, top of the week, we got me, Miguel, row next to me.
G'day, g'day.
And we have the US resident now, Kush.
Correct. Under taxation terms, though, I'm still a non-resident.
Okay, on me, ATO, if you're listening.
Soon to be a resident, though, hopefully. So last week I did say that I hadn't received a stay dangerous and that I'd be perusing the streets of George Street in hopes of potentially receiving one.
You're in the wrong street, brother. You got to go to Harris Park.
Yeah.
You got to go to Wigram Street.
I did go to Wentworthville, though, yesterday, or a couple of days back. Nothing. I thought there's a decent community there of the brothers, but unfortunately nothing. Still nothing. So I am going to the day 3 of the SCG test match.
Surely a lot of danger.
That's huge danger.
I should be quite dangerous.
If you really want one, put a story up.
No,
who's
I'm not
at, who's at
no
the test?
Way, no way.
Yeah, come to Bay 15. I'll be sitting there at row 11, seat number T. Come say hi.
Yeah, I'll take multiple camera shots of like where I'm sitting so someone can come to me. But no, still nothing. Migs, have you got a
No, I'm not out and about enough. And again, I'm not the face. I'm not on the hook. I'm not this is the definitive tier list guy.
I got to stay
me.
dangerous, boys.
See, there you go.
I'll tell you where I got it at, where you should have been. The Grade Cricketer live show.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
I'm going to shout out Ash, actually. He was a nice guy. So he bumped in. He was on the line. He gave me a stay dangerous. I said, thank you very much, brother. Then we were in line for the bathroom, and then turns out I sat next to him. So I had a delightful chat with him.
Wow.
10, 15 minutes. Now we follow each other on Instagram and we're best buds. So shout out Ash for the stay dangerous. I got a crazy stay dangerous, actually.
So you got 2?
Yeah, the other one.
You got to just follow him, really. Him or Sen, you got to follow them around.
It was at Freshwater Beach.
Oh, there you go.
Water.
Oh, there you go. Shirts off in the water.
Yeah, rigs out. Mate, I'm going.
Go rig to someone.
He looks me up and down. He says, stay dangerous in the water.
While you were swimming?
And then disappears under the wave.
What the fuck?
It was actually excellent.
Did you see what happened? You don't have your glasses on. Could you see?
No, I could see. But he bumps into me because we're in the area where you kind of just bobbing up and down.
Yeah.
So waves coming. He yells, stay dangerous, and then just dives out, never to be seen again.
That's a good one.
What if he was like calling out that there was danger in the water and you just thought it was a stay dangerous?
Yeah, there's a shark.
And now you just made it a story for the pod to shout him out. That is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
the water is nice.
So Kush, you got to go live shows and the water. Apparently now.
Beach.
SCG will be massive danger. So stay frosty, stay dangerous. If you see Kush at the SCG, mate, give him one.
You see him in the past.
Yeah, even this will be like 2-3 weeks ahead. But yeah. Anyway, I've got a quick story as well. So I'm obviously back, so I'm doing my rounds, meeting up with some of the boys, and I met up with a couple of the boys, and then we decided to do basically loser shouts in a couple of the games that we played around the city. So one was Pool, City Heroes, a classic of the genre. Did that. And then we did like one of those arcade games of basketball. I was testing out my new NBA skills, given now I am quite attuned to the basketball in America.
Your 3-point is now 90 rated on 2K. What is it in real life?
Oh, absolutely wiped this guy. Dude.
There you go, mate. There you go.
2-0, bro. He was, and we bought best of 3. And we're like, what do we do with the third one? I was like, you play, bro. You play.
Have fun. Do both rounds, lad. Doesn't matter.
You have fun. The third one, though, we went go-karting.
Yeah.
And now this is where I want to talk a little bit about it. So I'm notoriously not a driver, one would say famously. In fact, I don't have the license to drive.
Are you waiting till you turn 25 so they just give you your license?
What do you mean waiting to turn 25?
How old do you think
How old do you think he is?
What's the legal requirement? I think you can just go to the RTA now.
Yeah, I can.
And just be like, hey, give me
The
a
point
license.
is not the eligibility. The point is I don't think he will pass the test.
No, there's no test now.
Is there no test?
There's no test. Once you turn a certain age, that's what my friend did.
I swear you still have to do the
You have to
test.
do the test. You don't have to
There's
do
no
like
logbook.
you don't have to do the logbook
Unless
stuff.
it changed.
I don't know. Well, the test is, it's just like A, B, C, or D. It's not
No, bruv, it's a driving test.
No, yeah, that's not there. They just give you. They give,
No, I
dude,
don't buy that.
100%.
I will, if this is true,
Yeah.
I'm going to stop driving because this doesn't sound safe.
It is,
sounds
it is
so illegal.
100% safe. It is 100% true. Not safe. It's definitely unsafe. But it's like, for example, right? If you're from overseas and you have a
Okay.
license there
Yeah.
and you're like 40, you obviously don't need
No,
to pass a driving
hang on. This is not true. Someone at my work,
Yeah.
he's from India. So he has a driver's license from India. So he tried to do the test here. He had to do a driving test.
No,
he
it's-
he failed.
Wait.
I know he failed for a fact because he thought he could raw dog it and not get any lessons, even though every one of us is like, bro, you need at least 2 instructor lessons.
Yeah.
So you know the cut of the jib of the test. But he's like, fuck it, I'll just do it. And he failed miserably.
All right, pause this. Let's have a fact check.
Okay. All right. So I've done a fact check and we are here on the website, the New South Wales website. If you are 25 or older and have your learner's license, you can take the driving test whenever you're ready. So you still have to do the test for the P1.
So I don't know who you were talking to. Are they on the roads?
They're on the streets.
Maybe advise them to get off the roads if this is how they've gotten their license.
Just raw dog it, dude. That sounds so illegal and unsafe. Can you imagine? Like just 25. Oh yeah, now I can drive.
I'm liking the fact that's actually eased the nerves a little bit.
I'm staying on the roads.
So you're under the belief that
I was believe that there are like there are drivers who have never done the test.
nah. So that it's good that we fact checked it and now you ease your potential fears there, Ro. But go-karting obviously very different from driving, but still I'd say there are some transferable skills there.
Which go-karts did you go to?
They went to the entertainment quarter.
Your favorite ones.
Hypercarts.
Yeah, that one.
No, these are the worst ones.
By
You've
the
gone
way,
to the wrong one.
expensive as $39 for
Yeah.
a race.
For like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
You went peak time, bro. They do like dynamic pricing. It's like Ticketmaster.
Well, they surge, like they surge, bro.
Yeah, from like 7 to 9, mate. Peak pricing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. So it's $39, and the idea was that there's only 3 of us. The 2 losers would shout between
As in shout the
the whole thing.
costs?
Yeah.
Whoever's first gets a free cart.
Yeah. So that's like what 100 something.
Hmm.
My maths is not good. Yeah, I know you're calculating right now, Meeks.
I'm not
Let's
calculating.
just make, can we just make it a blanket rule in the podcast? No live math.
No live maths. Okay.
How many races did you do?
Yeah, we only did 1 race. Now here's
Right.
the thing. So we started the race, and like this other guy, one of my mates here, I've done like 3 laps, I reckon. The 4th lap, I see him coming behind me, and I'm like, oh, I know what he's gonna do.
Here we go.
He's gonna give me the old 1-2 ram. See you later. He does exactly that, and I go straight into the wall. And holy fuck, I immediately knew I was done.
Yeah.
4 laps in, I was like raising my hand, and like it hurt so much. I was like, you got to get me out of here. I had bitten my lip that it was bleeding like constantly from me. Like it was blood dripping down my like lip,
Yeah.
literally. And so I get off. And then the guy that was there helping me is like, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, first, could I have tissues to wipe the blood off my face, bro? Like this staff guy, this young kid who had no idea what to do, gave me a free water bottle. And so, I'm like,
mate.
to be fair, they're like $5 these days.
There you go.
Down Franklin's. So.
Probably $7.50 at peak time, apparently.
Yeah.
Surge water bottles.
Surge
is crazy.
water bottles.
Anyway, 4 laps in, I'm out, I'm done. My neck is like paining like crazy.
How many laps is it meant to be?
I think you're just meant to do. I don't think it's lap based. I think it's minutes
time.
based.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the fastest time wins, obviously, in that one overall. But because the force was so much, obviously whiplash at the neck. But then also like I had dragged forward my seat, so my bottom left thigh was like completely bruised. Like it felt like I was bleeding from there essentially when I got off.
Yeah.
Later, I found it was a massive bruise near the cheeks, to be honest. So it was always hard to sit. And
Interesting.
walk. Yeah. No, none of that, Migs. So I'm in pain and I'm limping now. 4 laps in, I'm out. And then I was like, dude, I'm not paying. You rammed me.
Yeah.
You fucking rammed me off the thing.
Were you coming first at this point?
No.
Second?
No, I was coming last.
Oh, so you were about to get lapped.
I was about to get lapped, but you know, like I never got a chance to finish the race, you know? Literally like 2 minutes in, I'm done and dusted. I'm out of here. So we finished, we pay, and then I'm like, look, I'll email them. I'll do the classic thing and get a voucher for you. I'll get you the $39 voucher. Gift card voucher. Because
Yeah.
like I'm injured, I couldn't complete the race. So I'm sure they would have given me some form of compensation, which
Here
they
we
did.
go. Oh, you won.
No, they gave not one. I just sent them an email and they were like, sorry for your injury. Here's $39 voucher.
That's not bad. So this is like a corporate win for you, Kush, after your Dell incidents, after your other ones.
Yeah, that is true. But
You've taken to the big guys, the hypercarts. You actually got one back.
the hypercarts at Entertainment Quarter.
You take it. You
You
take
have
it.
to sign a waiver beforehand.
Yes, of course you do.
There is something that
Online. It's like an online waiver.
So they didn't need to do this. They didn't need to cover their ass.
They didn't need to, but I dropped like I was injured and stuff. And so anyway, they gave me the $39 and I gave that voucher to the guy because technically I lost.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't. The guy ran me off the fucking track. And then he was like, actually, I prefer cash.
Yeah.
Could you give me
he would.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm glad you have a preference, but it's not my fucking problem. You're the one who ran me off the thing. So I didn't pay. I didn't pay the $39. Did I do the right thing here? Was this wrong? Because in my head, and that's my justification, I would happily pay if I had actually lost.
Yeah.
But the fact that you took me off the track and injured me and I couldn't record the next day because my neck was stiff as fuck.
Yeah, bro. Kush messaged at like midnight or 1 a.m. like, boys, I don't think I can make it tomorrow. I got whiplash from go-karts. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Did you lose the ability to speak?
Literally for three days, I could not move my neck. It was just stiff. I was literally just going like this.
Well, good thing you're sitting in that seat where you just look straight.
out,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's better now. The bruise literally only went away yesterday. So that was 5-6 days near my cheek. So,
All right.
Look, going back to it,
Did
right?
Kush do the wrong thing? Yes, you did the wrong thing.
what?
I'm going to say no, he didn't do the wrong thing. What was their deal?
The deal
All right?
was
If you lose, you pay for the activity.
correct.
What has he now done? Given the voucher, which should have paid for the activity.
That was a nice touch. But with hypercarts, right? It's not first, second, third in like a, who finishes first. It's a timed event. So it's just fastest lap,
Yeah.
which means you had 4 laps to complete that fastest lap.
But what if Kush peaks late? 5th lap was his go time.
Never
Yeah,
got
and
the
you know
chance.
what? And you know what? That's a good point because in hypercars as well, they throttle your speed. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
You got to reach certain lap times to get faster. You start off with 30% power, and then if you hit a lap time, you get 40% power.
What if 5th lap he gets 50% power and that's his peak, baby?
Did he do it on purpose? Did he ram you on purpose?
100%. We were both like, I could see him on the right and he looked at me, I looked at him and I was like, yeah, I'm fucked. So I tried to get out because I knew it was coming. But then he forced me to the left, sent me to the wall.
Go-karts is the one they tell you not to hit each other, right?
It's not bumper carts, bro.
It's not bumper carts.
Yeah, then he wasn't given a fair go.
Okay, I agree with that.
Directly by his competitor.
No, but if it was a racing incident, I think you're in the wrong. But if you did it on purpose,
Oh,
fair play.
absolutely.
Fair
Look,
play.
in my head, because it was only us three.
We don't have his side of the story, really.
I know. We're sitting here, the number one culprit,
Can we dial in your mate?
getting out to pay.
No, because if there were other people in the race, it was just us three. So if there were other people and I got rammed off by another person,
Yeah, fair
fine,
play.
whatever, I'm paying. Cool. But the fact that it was just the three of us and this guy, it's not a ghost man, it's you. There's no one else.
Saboteur, man.
Dude, and literally after he was like, oh, bro, I'm sorry. And then the story kept changing. 10 minutes later, he was like, nah, you drove into a wall. And I was like, bro.
How did I end up in the wall? You fuck.
Because I kept telling him, like, I'm not going to pay you. And then he kept changing his story. He was like, nah, we'll go get the cameras. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. Get out of here. That's what I just wanted to confirm. He is a listener of the podcast, so you will be listening to this because he even said after the incident, this is going to be a story for the podcast. And you're right and you're wrong. So go fuck yourself and get that voucher, brother.
At Critical Banter Instagram, please send in your version of the story.
please.
Ro and I will happily listen to it and then make a verdict, but please send in your side. We need it.
All right. Speaking of the SCG test where you might see Kush into it, keen listeners to the podcast and followers of our Instagram would see me pleading to looking for day 1/day 2 tickets for the cricket. And so basically give me this. And then you got Kush hijacking it and then Migs putting emojis of cricket saying he loves Virat Kohli.
I'm not lying. I love Virat.
Trying to steal the tickets. So what happened was this, right? My cousins are flying from New Zealand to watch the cricket, specifically watch the cricket. They call me on the phone and they say, you know what? It'd be really nice to go to day 1 and day 3, right? Famously 5-day test match. They want to go to 2 of those 5 days. I said, no worries. Leave it with me. I've got you.
That's mistake number 1.
Mistake number 1. I bought day 3 tickets for everyone, but I was trying to suss out who wanted to go day 1 in my family, right? And my family took a bit of time to get back to me. Regardless, I left it too late. I go back on the website and day 1 is sold out. Now, I'm in panic stations, right? I've got overseas visitors specifically to watch the cricket and I am delivering them a subpar product. And so I head on to trusty Critical Banter at Critical Banter and I think, you know what? You know what would help? If our fans, if someone had some tickets for me, because I myself have been very generous giving tickets away to our fans. Now, I put up the call, hey, does anyone have any tickets day 1 and day 2? I get a couple of responses, to be fair. One of the responses was a bloke selling $30 tickets for $100, trying to scalp them for 3 times the price. And I said, you know what, mate, I'm sick of this. Get rid of it. I'm just going to try and find my own tickets.
Yeah.
So I messaged a couple of people. I'm like, hey, I'm pretty interested, but let me just double check. Because there was one more final release that was happening the day before the test. And I was like, I'm going to jump on legit Ticketmaster or Ticketek, whatever it is. I'm going to find legitimate tickets from them if there's a final release. I get on at 2 p.m. on the 2nd of January, have a look for the tickets. None. No, there's none there. And so I thought, all right, well, I'll go back to the listeners, mate, hitting up Aaron Prakash being like, brother, can you give me some tickets? Turns out the poor bloke, he's actually sold it to some other people. He was actually willing to give it to me at face value. Respect. He sold it to someone else. The other 2 people had also sold it. To be fair, it's like 10 hours before the test. Don't blame them.
Yep.
Now I'm getting desperate. So I'm joining Facebook groups like Indians in Sydney. Right? Begging, being like, hey, anyone got any tickets? I'm willing to pay whatever it costs, really. So I joined 3 Facebook groups. 2 of them Indians in Sydney. The second one, Indians in Sydney, New South Wales. And the third one, Ticketek, buy and sell, some reseller platform, basically. I basically put up the thing. I'm like, hey, I'm looking to buy some tickets. Only going to buy through Tixel. And I immediately get like 100 responses. And so I thought, oh, mate, people are just willy-nilly. They're happy to give it away.
I'm sure legitimate messages.
Oh, all legitimate. Wendy, who joined Facebook 2 days ago, was willing to sell the tickets. And so I'm going through them and I'm messaging them just to see if anyone is legit. They're all bots. They're all like fake. Because the thing is, how I know is I ask them what stand I'm sitting in the SCG. Except that's not really like a normal question, like what stand you're in. They're like, oh, stand A. Really, I'm looking for Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah,
I'm looking for the Donald Braddon, Victor Trumper stance. They got no idea. So I'm immediately filtering out those. One of the guys was Aussie and he was speaking like somewhat normally. He was not speaking like he was from like Nigeria or India, do you know what I mean? Like ticket for sale. So I hit him up and I'm like, hey, like what's the deal? And his thing is like, I'm happy to sell it through Tixel, but he wants to scalp a little bit. And Tixel doesn't let you scalp. So he's like, I sent you boys this screenshot. So he's like, all right, I'm going to sell these $50 tickets for $80 each. And I thought, that's whatever, fair enough. But on Tixel, they only let you sell it at 10% higher than face value. So he's like, you know what? I'll list them on Tixel, but for insurance, how about you transfer me for 3 tickets? How about you transfer me $25 each for the difference? And so he seemed legit and he was like, oh, I'm willing to send you my ID. I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I'd love that insurance. So he sends me the ID. And so I'm like, all right, fantastic. I'm going to trust this guy maybe. I'll suss it out and see what he is. Then he's like, all right, what's your bank account details? And he's given me a different name. He's given me his pay ID as like, I don't know, his name was like, Dominic. And he's given me like, Jason as the pay ID. And he's like, I'm doing it for my son. Now, the last names didn't match up. So I'm sitting here like, I've been scammed again. And literally there's 6 hours before this test match starts. So then finally I'm on Facebook Marketplace. And this lady by the name of Angela Gomez has decided to sell her tickets.
Govies getting dropped today.
And Angela Gomez seems legit. She's scalping heavily, right? $30 tickets. She wants me to buy them for $130 each. And I've really got no option here. So I decided, no dramas. So then, and the reason why I trust her is because she has sent me the tickets through like Ticketek. You can share tickets.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm seeing them in my wallet.
Nice.
Right. And I'm DMing on Facebook. She's like, I'll send it to you. No dramas. You just pay me, whenever you can.
So you got sent the tickets prepayment.
So I'm sitting here like, well, now I'm going to scam you.
Angela Gomez.
So Angela Gomez, I'm like, man, I've got the tickets in my hand. No dramas. So I've seen that the face value are $30 tickets. So my hand is up here. All right. I've been a little bit scummy. I've been like, look, to be honest, man, these tickets are pretty expensive. You're kind of selling them for way too high. Knowing that I've got the tickets in my possession, can you do a better deal? Right?
What did Angela say?
Angela has not replied. And then I felt really guilty about that. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to, and I said, okay, actually don't worry about it. And I just transferred her the $260, right? For the 2 tickets. Then I look back on my Ticketek account and the tickets are gone.
You can take back the tickets.
You can recall the tickets.
What?
Yeah. I don't know why this feature exists, but Angela Gomez, right, has just taken back the tickets.
Angela Gomez.
Scammer gets scammed, baby.
Redeem.
Dude, and I'm just sitting here like I'm desperately typing, right? Because I thought I knew all the scams. I thought I got my head around this. I didn't realize that they could
You
just take
can
it back.
withdraw the ticket transfers, mate.
Crazy. Anyway, so I hit up Angela in a bit of a panic. I'm like, mate, Angela, what's doing? Have you just scammed me? Have I just been rug pulled? All right. Turns out Angela actually is a good woman because she just saw my messages of like trying to renegotiate.
Yeah.
And so she's just taken them back.
Yeah, fair enough.
But then once I've sent her the screenshot of my payment,
Yeah.
right, the tickets have gone back through.
Okay. Nice.
So my cousins are currently going towards the game. Let's see if the tickets are there. I don't know. Maybe they get denied at the gate.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, I genuinely think if I had no morals, dead set, you like, I don't know, give me a concert you've been to, Travis Scott or something.
Yeah, sure. Travis Scott.
350 ground floor tickets. You just keep sending them out willy-nilly to people. Kush gets a ticket, recalled. Mix gets a ticket, recalled.
That actually
You could dead set make like $3,000 if you had no morals.
That's pretty fucked when you think about it. Like that design. Surely the ticket
Is it
has
against
protection.
terms of service for me to resell these tickets? Because I think
Probably.
the transferring is to if you've bought it for
Yeah.
someone, not if you're selling it to someone else.
Yeah.
So can I go to Ticket Tech and be like, this guy has scammed me? I don't think I can.
Nah, you can't. Because I think
Damn,
you have to
dude.
sell on the Ticket Tech resale platform. Like that's where you're supposed to resell it.
Surely Ticket has some sort of restriction though. Like if you're a buyer, you can't re-gift.
I'm sure if they see your account gets
Like
tickets
recalling,
recalled like
6
5 times, you're
Yeah.
banned.
Yeah, I don't care if I'm banned, bro.
It's
What about you,
it's
account?
one rug pull.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, this.
dude. So look. Just PSA, right? Because the reason I thought I was safe is because the tickets were in my possession.
Yeah.
They were in my hand. So just PSA, if someone's offering you tickets and they're saying to transfer it, don't
But
trust
all
it.
as well. Your cousins are now there due to Angela Gomez.
Yeah.
Shout out Gomez.
Shout out the Gomez family. I actually transferred to her husband, Dom Gomez. So
no,
Yeah.
last
Well,
name's matched up. Very nice. Very nice.
and I stalked them on LinkedIn. They looked like
Beautiful.
Good people.
good people. Good people.
All right, guys. This week I've got the game. Is,
Game Master Kush is back.
The third or maybe the second time, which is always good news for the listeners.
By design, Kush.
By design, but I've got a game which is based off my experiences in America, which is actually called Guess the Crime. Now, the reason why I've created this game is because, and I don't know if both of you ever heard of this application called Citizen. Have you guys heard of this?
Never.
No.
Okay, let me explain what Citizen is. So, Citizen is an app in America that pretty much gives you a mini map of where you live. And it shows you all the crimes around the area that are happening now, last week, historically, basically.
Oh. So you can see like down the block, last week there was a robbery or something.
Correct. So
Wow.
basically,
That much crime,
That's
huh?
crazy. You got a hotspot, like a map hotspot of crime.
Is it like Snap Maps where I can click it and I see photos and like videos and shit?
Yes, you can. You actually can see videos and photos of the crime.
That's insane.
I want to talk a bit about this app as well before we get into the game, because
Yeah.
the whole point is the game came from this. So I'm going to show you this video. I'm going to put it up on the episode as well. This is of New York. Just press play here, right? And have both of you have a look at this.
Dude, it legit looks like Snap Maps. So I'm pressing play. Crimes in New York, and there looks like there's just heavy crime. Like,
Bro, there's
Like
so
crime
much.
everywhere.
This looks like if I'm playing a game and I haven't done any quests, bro. It's all on the map, man.
It's literally a mini map.
that's
There's
insane.
so much crime.
It looks like a GTA mini map.
No, but what's the crime? Like, is it just like,
So-
There's some of them look like
oh, vehicle broken into is one of the
stabbings.
crimes?
If you see the knife, it's probably like someone brandishing a knife,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
someone gets stabbed. There's like the gun, which means either someone's brandishing a gun or someone's actually shot someone. Car could be like
Look at this one.
burglary.
People stuck in malfunctioning elevator. How is
That's
that a
not
crime?
really a crime, mate. Come on,
This is
jog
the
on.
thing with that.
One of them is like the fist bump emoji.
That's physical altercation, apparently.
Ah, okay.
And you know what's funny about that is it's so spread out, but it says that crime is down 43% last week. So
Correct. So
Damn, it's like your screen time. You can check.
this is what it currently looks like in San Francisco. This whole congregation
Mhm.
is the Tenderloin, which we famously talked about. So you got stuff like this, which is like person hit by car. right?
Yeah.
And so what it tells you is like the 911 response. So if I play it,
Unit dispatch rescue 1 take 103 injured.
and so it pauses there. And now the reason why I want to show it pauses there is because You now need to pay for a premium subscription to hear the rest. $24.99 a month for 6 months. And what you get is listen in. So you can hear full audio clips from emergency incidents. There's a whole thing that's coming from
How
911.
do they have that?
Stay in the loop.
As in, this is
Monitor-
a phone call, someone calling 911.
Correct. Yes.
This doesn't seem like it should be publicly available.
Yeah, what? Who's giving this information?
I actually don't know how this app.
Is this a government app or a third-party app, you reckon?
I think this is third party.
Bro, this is like Waze for crime.
100%.
Where it's like crowdsourced. But I don't know how they get the
Dude,
phone
this is
calls.
like, you know, in movies when vigilantes get a hold on the fucking...
in their car.
so they can get into the police talking. This is what it sounds like, man.
Yeah, there's so many things here. Like it says here that you can get monitor unlimited locations apparently everywhere you want. It even tells you when registered offenders are living close by to you. So it'll say 50 feet away, there's a registered offender.
But isn't that public information? Like you can go on a map and look at where all the sex offenders are.
I think that's public information. But then it tells you in the plus. So yeah, you can listen into police radio clips from emergency scanners.
This
Wow.
shouldn't be publicly available.
I love that. That's so sick.
Create alert zones to get notified around the places you care most. And then if you pay 12 months, you're paying $40 for 12 months. To get
I would
12
pay.
months
This
to-
sounds like a good investment.
What are you, a vigilante? Batman?
No, just to be safe, you know, in your area. If you're going to walk down the street, maybe have a look at Citizen.
The thing about this, and the reason why I've talked to people about this app as well in America, and people don't have this app because it amplifies stress. Essentially, you're constantly getting a notification because some of the stuff that you get here is like stupid person driving erratically, and it gets reported on Citizen as like a notification, and you will get that notification, right? And then there'll be stuff where I've seen before. It's like 12 people have been shot, and I'm like, holy fuck, where is this happening? It's like New Orleans, but because it's a mass shooting, it's been reported to you as well. And so, given all this, I wanted to create a game. Is this a real crime or not? Reported by the Citizen application, which is pay to survive, essentially. That's what
So anyone can submit a crime.
anyone can submit.
You could
one.
submit like anything.
Literally anything that you can
And
submit.
you can pick the emoji that.
That's cool. I love that.
You like the app? Seriously?
Dude,
As in,
the
I just-
US is crazy.
I think it's a really good idea. It's just a good idea.
Like for people or as a business?
as a business.
Yeah, for people, it's
100%.
not a good idea. I don't think so. At
I think
all.
it's an okay idea for people. Mate, it's so good. If you want to like figure out, like I wouldn't use it on a daily basis, but for instance, if I were you
Yeah.
moving to America, wanting to know where I live, mate, of course I'll look at Citizen.
Fear
and have a look at
mongering,
it.
bro. It's literally fear mongering.
There's an element of fear mongering given it's not controlled. Like you can report anything.
You're preying on people's fear. That's what it's doing.
'Cause,
It's like
like,
the
you
media. What's the difference between you and Rupert Murdoch, mate? Seriously.
Because you saw that symbol, the car, right?
Yeah.
Which could mean so many different things. It could be someone driving erratically, or it could literally mean someone's been hit and died on the scene. But you can't tell because it's that one symbol. That's why there's a bit of fear mongering in there. I
No,
would say.
it's good. Instead of looking up safest places to live in San Francisco, I look up here
Yeah.
and I legitimately see.
I think you will see crime
Issues.
everywhere on this app.
So you tell me you want to pay? You'd pay for this?
Nah, I wouldn't pay for it.
You wouldn't pay. Then you're not going to survive.
Because like I said, I'm not going to use it day to day. I'd use it on like ad hoc basis.
They've made Battle Pass to survive in America too. That's how crazy it is.
All right, game time.
Game time. All right. Now that we're actually going to start the game. So basically, I'm going to read reports that have been reported to Citizen. You tell me if it's true or false, or if you think, legitimate or not. So first one, 911 caller reports 2 mates have been fighting over Benadryl and a theft of $10. Police have been called into the scene. What do we think here? Benadryl. Would people be fighting over Benadryl?
What is Benadryl? Medicine?
Cough medicine.
Cough syrup.
Yeah.
So read it again.
So 911 caller reports that 2 mates were fighting over Benadryl and an alleged theft of $10.
I'm going to say this is
I think it's a
absolutely
factual.
true.
You think it's true? It is absolutely factual. 2 mates have been reported fighting over Benadryl, apparently. And you can see that on the Citizen app.
So the person calling you, were they friends with these 2 people?
Possibly, yeah. You never know. It could be a neighbor.
So if you 2 are scrapping over some cough medicine, I'm
Right,
calling
straight
911.
Straight on Citizen.
Yeah, maybe I will. Citizen first, then 911, mate.
By the way, very quickly on Citizen, you can also, I'm pretty sure it's Citizen or it's another app, but you can hire private security. So like you can have someone with you at all
Well,
times.
Meriwether.
Yes, and they're faster than police, apparently. They will be with you fast. That's the whole guarantee thing. We're there with you faster
It's
than
pay to win, bro. Everything's pay to win in the
pay to win.
States. Jesus.
Second one. Police have received a report of a man assaulted by a bean dip outside Safeway.
A what? A bean dip?
A bean dip. So I think
Like
you're-
salsa?
Salsa. Yes. Someone's been assaulted by a bean dip.
So realistically, someone's thrown
Yeah.
dip at someone.
Yeah.
or clobbered them over the head with hummus or some shit, man.
Bit of tabbouleh. All right.
How popular is bean dip?
I'm just going to say this is false.
I think
in
it's
my opinion.
true.
Migs is right. It is true.
That's true.
It is true.
Mate,
Someone's been
bean
assaulted by
dip.
Bean dip. bro.
Safeway.
There you go. Third one. There's been a report of a man outside Aldi assaulting another man with a deaf squirrel.
Nah, this is straight up fake, bro. A deaf squirrel. How are they going to know the squirrel's deaf?
You make a good point.
Unfortunately,
False.
it is true.
I told you, bruv. I told you.
This is a game where all of them are true. Bro, how could they possibly know it's a deaf squirrel?
But this is the whole thing. You can report anything and get away with it. You're right. How do you know it's a deaf squirrel? What's this guy testing the acoustics of a squirrel?
Wait, we didn't get beaten with a deaf squirrel. Is that what it is?
Outside Aldi.
So I'm at Aldi packing my own bags because that's how Aldi is. And some guy with a deaf squirrel.
Clubbing me with a deaf squirrel. Man, hasn't the squirrel been through enough, man? He's already deaf. He's already crippled. He's going to use it as a weapon. All right.
Oh, man. All right. So I think that Migs is still leading here 2-1, I believe.
Yeah.
Next one. A man has been reported for maliciously activating fire alarms. Firefighters have spotted the man standing across the road and waving at them.
Yeah, I think this sounds like an American true.
We are false for once.
This is true, bro.
Yeah.
Well done.
These are all going to be true, right?
They're
I
all
think you
true.
spotted it early.
All right. We've got 5 more here.
Okay.
Keeping it nice and quick.
I'll just keep my thing true for the lot of them, right?
Police have received a report of a woman aggressively cutting mangoes. She appears to be selling the fruit.
Nah, this cannot be a legitimate response here.
On Citizen?
But then again,
do you
Aggressively cutting
Aggressively
mangoes.
cutting mangoes. She
she
appears
seems to be cutting fruit.
Seems to be selling the fruit, right?
selling the fruit, but she's aggressively cutting it, which is, I don't know, man. Could be a threat. Could be a threat. What do we think here?
I think this is prime Karen behavior. I think it's true.
I'm going to say false.
This is true as well.
All right, this is just not a game anymore.
Remember the Karens in America, they're reporting anything and everything, mate.
The next one. Police have received a report of a man in a standoff with an MTA bus. This man is standing in front of the bus. What do we think? True or false? Is this man in a standoff with a transportation vehicle? True, Ro?
True.
False.
It is true. This man was in a standoff with a bus.
101 the bus.
All right, we got 3 more.
True.
Next one. The ice cream bandit has reported to be seen and has struck again at Flatiron District. The flavor of the ice cream is unknown.
The ice cream bandit. It's like Home Alone, mate. The wet bandits, whatever they're called.
Every fiber in my body says false, but the game has gone.
So the ice cream bandit, it is obviously true, but have you heard of the ice cream bandit? Do
I
you know
have
about
not.
this criminal?
This is not in San Francisco, the ice cream bandit. This is in a completely different state. I think Indianapolis is where it is. True. Both of you are right here. The ice cream bandit is real, but
It
he
is
has
true.
stolen an unknown flavor, apparently. 2 more to go. Police are responding to a report of a man who has accidentally created mustard gas. As of now, no one has been hurt.
How do you make mustard gas?
How do you accidentally create
What the hell is mustard gas?
I think it's like, I don't know, it's probably some sort of toxic chemical, but I think if you like use bleach
Yeah.
in your toilet and then you like kind of urinate onto something properly, the gas
Really?
is toxic or something. Yeah.
that mustard.
I don't know if that's the mustard gas that they're talking about, but you can easily create some sort of toxic gas
Wow,
with
I
clean
did not know
products.
that. True?
True.
Correct. Both of it is true. Last one. Police are responding to a report of a raccoon perched atop a light pole after evading capture. For now.
Mate, so people are just using this as a comedy forum.
And that's
For
what's
now.
happened. So there is a page which is like funny alerts on Citizen app. So
Yeah.
There
Is that how
you
you got
go.
these?
I hope you realize, what the crime is in America, which is the purpose of this game, essentially. So there you go. We are back with head to head, which is basically 2 things that we have decided we're going to pit against each other against categories. This time we're doing 5 categories with 2 cities, Sydney versus San Francisco. Now here I am, San Francisco non-resident for taxation purposes, but I have got ourselves 5 categories here, which will be food, safety, work culture, public transport, and nightlife. And
Some
so
essential categories to a city.
absolutely. We've got 2 Sydney residents here that will be pitting it up against me And you'll also hear my thoughts from San Francisco. So,
Bro, have you ever stepped foot in San Francisco by any chance?
No, never even set foot on that side of the country.
wow. So
crazy.
no thoughts about San Francisco from
Yeah,
you. Just me.
Mm,
I'm the only one batting out San Francisco, really. Okay.
non-resident as well for taxation purposes.
Okay. All right. First category, food. Let's start with San Francisco food, which will be me here, obviously.
All I'm hearing from you, Kush, have you even tried the food, brother? All I'm hearing is your work gives you free food. And all you do is just eat that because it's free.
It is free, and I packed a lunch for dinner, so my lunch is not taken by the work food. But I have gone out Saturday, Sunday, and I've been there for 3.5 months, so I've tried. So I want to start with some of the basics that we have for breakfast generally, which is like pastries, bakeries, that kind of stuff. There aren't too many bakeries, to be honest, in San
There
Francisco.
are too many.
No, there aren't too many.
Oh, right. Okay.
I feel like there's a lot here in Sydney
There's heaps.
compared to San
Like
Francisco.
artisanal ones here, the
Yeah.
loons of the world.
Yeah, I feel like there it's more like the old school kind of ones, like, the AP type bakery ones, like a lot of pastry based, like croissants, that kind of stuff.
Mm.
There is one locally though called Neighbor's Bakehouse. Shout out to Neighbor's Bakehouse in Dog Patch in San Francisco.
Shout out to all 0 people that'll be able to go there and try it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Holy shit. They go like the ube croissant, like Marsh's croissants, like
Asian inspired.
Asian inspired, which is fantastic. I'd
Yeah.
say one of the best in the business. But otherwise, other than that,
What about like diners, like Denny's? I think IHOP. IHOP is the
Denny's,
breakfast place.
Wendy's, IHOP. Those are classics of the diner genre.
That's
which-
available in San Francisco.
there's a few available there. But there's no diners here in Sydney, really.
Now let's go head to head. So breakfast / brunch.
Yeah.
Anything in San Francisco we should be aware about?
No, I think Sydney has way more options
Okay.
than San Francisco when it comes to breakfast / brunch, which I'm definitely putting Sydney over
Okay.
there.
So even these fast food places not even comparing to what you could get here.
I mean, nah, it's the same. Fast food, like if you're comparing like, McDonald's
Yeah, but
breakfast.
sack off the fast food.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that doesn't really count.
Sometimes it could be,
I reckon
a go-to place, for example.
has to be San Francisco fast food has to be better.
100%.
But let's talk about like Asian to Asian.
Okay, Asian
All
to
right.
Asian.
You had Japanese, you had a bit of Thai.
Absolutely. Yep.
Give me your thoughts.
I think they're the same.
Same.
I think there's no
Okay.
difference.
Look, I've been to San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
But I've been to America, and you are taking the mickey if you think they're the same. Respectfully, I went to like legitimately like 4 or 5
Yeah.
restaurants when I was in like Boston.
Okay.
Okay, not San Francisco, granted, but these are all rated like 4.5, 4.4. I'm having a taste of the food, and the palates are broken. Is all I can say in America.
What'd you experience,
It
Ro?
is too sweet, and I like sweet food. It is not flavorsome. It is just garbage. Respectfully,
All right. The first 2 points, let's take the garbage side. Do you resonate with that with the Asian food there?
I look, there are some places here that I will 100% go over Asian food than anything over in like I haven't gotten anything in San Francisco that's like it's a must try that I'm going to go there. But honestly here as well.
no, I'm not trusting this guy's palate. You guys saying Sydney Asian food is mid? You're out of your mind.
I don't think it's mid. I just think it's this. I think it's relatively the same. I
It's,
don't think there's much
it's
difference.
comparable.
I think it's comparable. Like there's no night and day difference. Where there is a night and day difference is Mexican food.
Okay.
Mexican food here is non-existent. It's GYG, brother. That is literally it in Sydney.
Look, I'll give a shout out to my favorite Mexican joint. It is a place like near the entrance
Okay.
called Los Dos Hombres. Now, their Mexican food is unbelievable, but to be honest, look, I can't argue with that.
You can't. They need
Can't
a
argue
border,
with that.
mate. You
Yeah.
can't.
There's actual-
Proximity. But our proximity to Asia, surely.
Has to be higher.
Yeah.
Can we get a second opinion?
This is the problem. I'm hearing Kush, but I don't trust his opinion.
No, look, granted, like I've had Asian food here already, like a couple
Yeah.
of times when I'm back.
Okay, Indian food, I'll trust your opinion. Have you had Indian food in
I've
America?
had Indian food.
Comparable?
I think like Sydney's better. I think
Okay.
Sydney has much better Indian food. Like the one in San Francisco, everything is like sweet Indian food. Butter chicken is aggressively sweet for me.
Yeah.
Couldn't have that. But overall, like your chicken tikkas, your koftas here, much better, I think. They're just,
To be fair, there's a lot of Asians in San Francisco.
Yes,
And
but-
California as a whole, man.
there are a lot of it. But it's Chinatown, Japantown.
There's a lot of Asians.
No, I know there's Asians there.
like a lot.
I'm not denying that there are, look, it's the tech hub of the world. Of course, the Asians flock.
Yeah.
But I cannot, in good conscience, just the experience that I've had in America eating Asian food that is supposedly rated good, mate, that would be like a 3-star here.
You're basing it on
I'm willing to
Boston.
give you fast food. I'm willing to give you Mexican. I'm willing
Alright,
to give
fine.
you a couple other things. Asian food, I don't know if I'm willing to give you.
Sydney gets Asian food.
Okay.
All right, we'll get that. But like America, dude, I've been to like 5 different Mexican places. Each one is so good.
Yeah, I won't argue with Mexican food.
So let's just let's bring it back. Let's say any given night, you're looking for dinner, would you rather be looking around San Francisco or would you rather be looking around Sydney?
That's a great question. And I'm going to say Sydney.
Mm.
And this is one reason why Mediterranean food is also non-existent in San Francisco.
Huge.
There is one place called SF Kebabs. It's the only Mediterranean food that I found. I went there, charges $25 USD for a kebab.
Nah, you're out of your mind.
I thought maybe it'd be like a jumbo kebab or something. I look at it, it's literally your standard kebab. Here in Sydney, there are like street shops everywhere.
I could walk outside this studio and get a kebab probably.
100%. And like, there's just more here. Think about acai. Acai here is boomed into something else, you know? Pistachio sauce, Biscoff sauce. There it's at its origins.
Yeah.
The baby
the
over there.
inception of acai.
Another
It's just
Sydney
granolas.
staple is the chook. The Frangos, the El Janas, the Char Grill Charlies of the world.
You can't, like, the chicken there is something else. It's incredible. Like, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, your Popeyes, all of that kind of stuff.
Fried chicken.
chook. I'm talking about a roast chook.
I haven't had roast chook.
Okay.
But then there's not much fried chook here, you know, maybe that's the differentiator.
There's so much fried chook over there, dude. Like, literally.
We're going to put Popeyes against Red Rooster fried chicken?
No, I'm putting, and Red Rooster's glowed up, by the way. I'm putting Popeyes up against like your
KFCs, right?
Gammies, bruv, of the world. I don't do the normal fried chook anymore. I'm a Korean fried chook.
Okay.
Even then, Popeye smashes game.
Really?
Like, dude, fried chicken there's like a whole other ballpark.
Mm.
Like, it's another game. Burgers as well, American burger places, incredible. Way better than Sydney.
I feel like it's really hard to do this fairly. Because like, for example, the American barbecue obviously would be way better there.
Yeah.
But overall, if the question is, you'd rather be in a Sydney neighborhood over San Francisco, Sydney 1-0 food.
100% Sydney 1-0 because of that pure variety that you get.
All right.
Play on.
Next category.
Next category, safety.
Hmm.
Do we need to talk about
I
this?
mean, really, you've just talked about the Citizen app as if it was a sponsored segment for like the last 20 minutes.
Pay to survive, really, in America. It's a no-brainer. It's Sydney. And like, let me just regale you with a story. Here in Sydney, I can walk with headphones anywhere. Like my local place, even the Sydney CBD, and feel safe, like listening to music.
Mm.
In America, I have not put on my headphones and walked around because I want to be alert. I want to be aware of my surroundings. I think just purely on that, like Sydney's way better in terms of safety, man. 100% ahead.
I mean, yeah, this is a no-brainer. The homeless people in Sydney, they're respectful.
They're polite,
They're
bro.
polite.
Businessmen compared
They've
to
got
the ones
manners.
in America.
Yeah, they're selling the big issue, mate. That's what
Big
they're
issue.
doing. They're not, you know, the fentanyl or whatever I called it the other day.
Yeah, there was one time where I was going out with a couple of workmates and we're walking down a street and I was in the middle and there was a person to my left and right. We're walking down and then the person on my left goes, oh, that guy looks dodgy up ahead. Like, this isn't good. Like, we need to switch. So we switched and I was like, wait a second. I also don't feel safe. You go over there. Get the fuck out of me.
Bro, threw you towards the zombies,
Yeah,
bro.
Get out of there. Not a chance. I'm from Australia. I'm the one who should feel
Are you
most upset.
strapped? You got your pepper spray, no? Or the pepper gel?
Pepper gel. Let's
Sorry.
get that right first. And sorry, I couldn't bring it, by the way, Ro. I know you're
You
asking
could
for
have brought it. You didn't want to.
No, I could not bring it, all right? It is illegal to bring pepper gel. But yeah, I guess I'm strapped, but I don't want to use it. You know what I mean? It's a
Yeah.
last resort kind
It's
of
a
thing.
last resort.
Yeah.
Have you had any interactions with the homeless? Or no, sorry, I should not stereotype like this. Have you had any interactions with any criminals?
No, I haven't had any interactions with criminal, but I'm pretty sure a potential, most likely a gang.
Mm.
I think when I was walking
What?
down- yeah, I was walking down our street, and this is like in the morning, by the 10 a.m. or something, and they hop out of a car,
Mm.
and this guy looks at me, his pants are a bit right at the bottom, don't want to stereotype it, but let's just say GTA type gangsters
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
up to you, and he's like, "Yo, man, where's the liquor shop?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just there, Reno's liquor," and he looks at me and he's like, "I always loved New Zealand," and I was.
Shout out Auckland, baby. That's where you're from.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I nodded my head. I was like, yeah.
And of course, you corrected him, correct?
Yeah.
No. I was like,
Yeah.
great place. And
Yeah.
he's like walking backwards, like hand clutched to his chest, and he's just like going back, looking me in the eye. And I was like, all right, cool.
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 He was with 4 other people that are just sinister energy,
Yeah.
may I add. And so,
You had any crimes committed here, Mix?
Have I committed any crimes here?
Have you been a victim of any crimes?
No, I don't think so. No, I haven't gone robbed. I haven't gone assaulted.
well, I haven't been a victim of any crime as well.
Have you?
myself.
No.
You got your
honestly.
wallet stolen that one time.
That doesn't count. It's like hardly a crime because that's a crime against my possessions. I'm talking about crimes against myself. Like.
You had crimes against yourself?
No, I haven't. That's what I'm saying.
What are you thinking?
No, as in like I'm thinking
Like injuries?
like
Assaulted?
muggings. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
they've taken me,
okay.
but they've like shook me up a bit.
Yeah.
The only story I know is my friend who was coming home. Basically, his youth group at the time is like in Bonnyrigg, and he has to cross this park to get there.
Yeah.
And when he's coming home, it was like 11 o'clock. So he had to walk through this park, and some thugs on like push bikes,
Yeah.
like basically came and hounded him. Him and his mate were walking. They started grabbing his mate and then just started laying into him. Give me your wallet. Give me this. Give me that. And so he's had to, part with his possessions. But again, that's physical with the hands.
Yeah.
It's not knife crime or it's
I
not
think
gun
that's
crime.
the thing. If you're in San Francisco, you're probably worried about the guns and the actual weaponry. You know what I mean? You're not really worried about weaponry here in Sydney. I don't think so.
But I've also heard a lot of my friends have had their house broken into. That's a bit creepy.
Yeah, that hasn't happened. That's nearly happened to me, but hasn't happened.
Yeah, your one, you got the ring camera footage.
Yeah, the hooligans were sussing out every house trying to figure out which one they could break into. Thank God I have a light in my front door sensor, so it went off and they walked away.
Dude, even that, like in San Francisco, notorious for property and car crime.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the city with the most number of break-ins, both in property and car. So like people, they give you advice. If you're driving, do not leave any valuables. In fact, you shouldn't drive. Like you should just take public transport. That's how bad it is over there.
Have you seen the Mark Rober videos?
Nah, dude, I don't know. Where you come up with this YouTube stuff, man? I don't know.
Yeah, these are very niche references that
So Mark
we're not
Rober,
picking up.
He's like a scientist, right? And he basically did this like experiment where you put like backpacks in cars in San Francisco, and like in them would be like a bomb, like a glitter bomb, I should say. So when they open it, like their house gets full of glitter. Very harmless prank.
Yeah.
And he would leave it there in the car for literally like 15 minutes on the streets of San Francisco. And then in 15 minutes, someone would take it, like break the window and then bounce. It's like a whole operation.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen a similar video.
Yeah, nuts.
I'm not surprised. Like it is quite common. Like even when like I take an Uber to like a street, like to the cinemas, for example, it passes a very sinister street, which you're informed to avoid. It just changes. That pocket changes. It looks like it's the Hunger Games. People are like, like zombies walking around, screams, shouts.
Have you actually seen this with your own eyes?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm seeing this. Like you don't see that in Sydney. And so like on that note, Sydney is without a doubt a safer city than
All right.
San Francisco.
Run it.
2-0, baby.
Next one, public transport.
3-0, baby.
3-0. Honestly, this might be a 5-0 sweep for Sydney. But 3-0 public transport here, I took it for granted, man. Even with a delay yesterday, by the way, which I said 2 hours, 26-minute delay.
Yeah, Kush. His train was late by 2.5 hours.
What'd you do?
I'm not fast. I just went to the city, came back, and then all the trains were cancelled because there was some tree fell on like a Linfield, which by the way is on another line from which line I'm on. On the northern line. That's the North Shore line.
Yeah, it shouldn't impact you.
Shouldn't impact me whatsoever, but I'm not too fast. All the people around me were like, oh, fuck, Sydney trains. I'm like, you know what? It's not too bad. It really isn't that bad.
That's called perspective,
Yeah.
Kush. That's a
San Francisco.
well-traveled man.
Public transport is dog shit, man. It's terrible. There's like one big train line, but it's nowhere near as well connected. Dude, in Sydney, you can go anywhere from one stop to another. Maybe a few, like turnovers. That's it. And you can get there within a reasonable time frame. San Francisco, one big train that only hits like the big stops. So you go to like major cities and whatnot. Then there's the tram. And the tram, yeah, cool. You can take that. Fuck, it's slow and it's dangerous.
Is that like the light rail?
Yeah, pretty much the light rail. And mate, people hop on there, which the very first tram I took in the morning at 7 a.m., look to my left. Oh man.
The Fenty flop.
Dude, he's like looking out the window and you can see him like, spazzing out, looks at the ground, picks up a piece of lint and goes, yeah. And then pockets it and sits down. So
the actual system of the tram is safe, but it's just the customers and the clientele that makes it disgustingly
you don't
unsafe.
want to take a tram. Like you just don't want to take it. The bus apparently is even worse because it's just full of homeless.
So is it an Uber? I feel like there's big car culture in America.
There is a big car.
You been in a Waymo?
I mean, yeah, I haven't been in a Waymo.
Come on now.
Is that the self-driving car?
Yeah, it looks sick.
It does look. I've got a bit of fear of the AI though, but I'll always respect.
But you're the friends of AI.
Exactly.
You're please and thank yous, as you've said to ChatGPT.
I'm sure there's some connection there. They'll recognize.
Absolutely
Yeah.
is.
Pushes the customer and keep him safe at all costs.
So we got in Sydney, we've got the metro now, which is what a piece of infrastructure that is.
Beautiful.
I mean, not to froth it, but the new line's coming out as well. So it goes from Tallawong to Marrickville,
All the way to Bankstown, I think.
Bankstown.
Yeah,
So I've
Bankstown
never been-
Airport.
I've never been this connected in my life. Like
Hey.
maybe I do take a trip back to Bankstown where I saw someone defecate on the street. Maybe I run it back.
Nah, Sydney's like, it's just so well connected. Sure, there's delays. Sometimes you can't take the train. Sometimes there's track work like today, but guess what? They replace it with a bus. Perfect. Will they do that over there? What are you going to replace the tram with? You can't get a bus/tram on the line.
So SF doesn't compete with metro, light rail, train, bus.
No way. Maybe New York, maybe with the subway could compete.
Well, even that's a bit of a shithole.
Stretch as well. Yeah, it's.
I'm sure people shit on the subway.
Oh,
but it's convenient. Like that, at least it's connected.
Yeah, it's connected while I sit next to human feces every second trip.
Dude, I literally saw a video of like some guy dumping like a bucket of like piss and poop and stuff on another woman, just like random.
Yeah.
There was another article recently where someone just lit someone on fire. The woman died.
Fucked. Yeah. This
I mean,
guy
these
just
is-
stood there and laughed.
Yeah.
Like lit her on fire.
Ridiculous. Anyway, you're not seeing any of that
Nah,
on the Sydney
you're
public
just seeing a
transport
couple of
system.
Eshe swearing on the train, to be honest.
Yeah,
Playing music
out
from their
loud.
phone, bro.
No, I like to listen to 142 sometimes.
So Sydney, again, miles ahead when it comes to public transportation. I will say though, like your ride shares in Sydney, way more expensive than it is in San Francisco. Way more expensive.
Right.
Trip to the airport's like 20 USD for me. Over here, it's like 60 to 70 USD.
Is that because of your distance?
No, I'm like 30 minutes away. I'm like
From both airports? You're not 30 minutes from Sydney Airport.
Oh, probably like 45 maybe.
Yeah.
You're telling me 15 minutes adds $55.
No, it shouldn't.
It
Nah, but you're taking probably $50 worth of tolls to get there.
Yeah,
to be
maybe.
fair.
But I will say like the ride share there, I would say it's better.
Better.
in San
Okay.
Francisco.
3-0.
3-0. Nightlife. This is where it gets a little contentious. So we famously said before, at least both of you famously have said, Sydney nightlife is garbage.
Mhm.
One of the worst globally. Do you still stand by that?
Yeah, I still stand by it.
Really? Nothing's changed?
Nah.
No, George Street, you're a renowned.
I'm a big George Street guy, but that's until
George Street.
that's until what, 11?
George Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Between Town Hall Station and World Square, mate, it pops off until 12 p.m.
So just
12 a.m.
remind me again, why do we think the Sydney nightlife is bad?
Because it closes early.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do.
Yeah.
The options are drink, leave a pub at 2:00, and then, go find your own way home.
So what options do you want?
The options are so limited. I was thinking about this the other day with my partner, right? Like, because I think if we lived in any other city, we'd probably go clubbing, I don't know, once a month because it's so convenient. It's like not a big deal, right? You just go out and go home, whatever. Here, it's such a big palaver of like, oh yeah, let's go to this club. Fuck, it'll cost $50 to get in.
Yeah.
As Rose said, when you're done, how are you going to get home? Going to have to pay like 100 something for an Uber or wait like an hour for a bus. I live
What
like
if you lived in
40
the
minutes
city?
away.
If you lived in the city, it'd be
Maybe even
different.
still like maybe it's a bit better, but still the options are quite limited.
No, it's literally the
feel.
same places all over again. Just like you just run the same circuits, you run
Yeah.
the same pubs. Like nothing's really opening. There's no new joints. Like there may be one every couple of months, but like I feel like in these poppin' cities, new places are opening, new places
And
are
I
being
feel like
discovered.
things are far from each other, like walking distance. Not everything's walking distance, so it's a bit inconvenient. It's like a handbrake on your night, bro.
Yeah.
So what options would you want apart from like drinking? Like, is it like?
Am I doing a survey for the city of
Oh
Sydney?
no,
like,
I'm curious because like you say options, but like I don't know what you mean. Like nightlife to me is maybe bars, some nightclubs, maybe some arcade games, whatever.
all of that, I would love to see more of
Yep.
in a more concentrated area.
So for example, Tokyo, right? Everything's open late. So whatever you want, whatever you fancy, it'll be open. If you want to go to a cafe, if you want to see some pet some animals, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Want to play some video games, arcade games, drink, shop, I don't know. Things
All
are
of
just
that.
open.
Okay.
Here,
Okay.
go at fucking 8 p.m. What's open besides pubs?
Yeah. Okay. Look, San Francisco is kind of similar. Like
Really?
pubs and clubs. Sure, there's probably more clubs that are open late. Granted, but I actually don't think many people go purely because of the safety factor. And the reason why I say is because the San Francisco CBD is terrible.
Really?
Like if we were just comparing CBDs, Sydney CBD is way better than San Francisco.
Do you call it downtown? Is it downtown in the US?
I think so. I think they just call everything downtown, bro. You live like further down, like, oh, you live downtown? I'm like, yeah, whatever, downtown. But what I've heard is like the nearby areas like South Bay, East Bay, Oakland, they have a really good nightlife apparently. Oakland's also notoriously one of the unsafest areas.
That kind of makes it fun. It's like when King's Cross was dangerous. It was great nightlife there. You need a little bit of danger to have a good nightlife, I feel.
Yeah. Look, I've been to a couple of like pubs and like done a pub crawl and stuff. They're fun, and I think that's a similar experience. Maybe I'm enjoying them because it's in a new city and like that feeling of something new is there, which is I think what you want from Sydney City. But honestly, I'd say it's the same. I actually don't think there's too much of a difference. Like, sure, it's open a bit later, but I don't think people stay too late because of the safety factor.
I don't
know
know.
what I mean?
I can't be giving this to Sydney conscious.
If
I
you're
want to
gonna
bat for San Francisco here somehow. Give me something.
I honestly like they opened a new Holy Moly, which is Australia.
Is Holy Moly global?
Well, it is now. I
Like
guess.
holy moly or the equivalent?
No, it's Holy Moly.
Jeez.
Smell the same.
It's the same thing from Newtown. They just transported to San Francisco.
That's actually outrageous.
That shows you how dire San Francisco must be
Yeah.
then.
To be fair, San Francisco has been like destroyed by COVID.
Mm.
So like a lot of places shut down, the safety went cooked. So they're bringing it back now.
Yeah.
But like honestly, in terms of like places, the variety of places, I
Mm.
think it's very similar to Sydney and what options you have.
Give it a draw. Give it a draw.
We'll give it a draw. Okay. Last one, we're moving more to the corporate side. Work culture. All right. Sydney work culture.
Mm.
Oh man, it is beautiful. I think it is beautiful. Lots of banter. I think you make good friends.
Mhm.
In fact, some of my best friends are from the office, I'd say. What do you guys think of the Sydney work culture?
I think it's laid back. Feels like it would be more chill than the US.
Yeah, I think the same. I think Melbourne is more chill than Sydney from what I've heard, but still Sydney compared to in general, unless you work in specific things like investment banking or consulting, you
Yeah.
chill pretty much.
I mean, most companies offer here a 2-week shutdown period, like the December to
I
January.
wouldn't call that a positive.
Yeah, that's for me a massive.
My
negative.
annual leave is negative right now and I'm not enjoying it.
Well, no shutdown period in the US,
Yeah,
only
good.
Christmas Day and New Year's Day. That's it. That's all you get. I don't know if it's a good thing, man.
That's how you hear, mate.
Nah, I don't know. Annual leave, you want to talk about annual leave? If you're lucky, you get a company that offers you good annual leave
Is it
benefits.
PTO?
It's like maximum 10 days, sometimes less, 5 days in a year.
Really?
Yeah.
How does anyone take holidays?
They
That's
don't.
ridiculous.
They work. That's so
Or is it
overall.
Can go unpaid.
No, some company. It depends on the company. Otherwise, they'll limit you. That's it. 10, 5 days maximum.
Jesus.
Is that what's the do you know the legal requirement? Because here it's 4 weeks per year accruing.
To answer your question, Ro, California law does not require employers to provide paid or unpaid vacation time to employees.
That's crazy.
So you're guaranteed 0 hours of paid leave.
Potentially.
It's up
Yeah.
to their discretion.
It's literally up to the discretion. And that's employers can set a reasonable cap on vacation benefits.
Mm.
If you're just comparing leave, dude,
Yeah.
Sydney is far
What
better.
about healthcare?
I think this is quite obvious. Sydney.
No, I think you get better healthcare.
Private health,
Private
I'm talking
healthcare,
about.
100%.
Like provided by work.
They all pay for work healthcare.
Oh, okay.
Like
Again-
you get the best coverage, I reckon.
you still
you
have to pay for it. Yeah. And it is definitely cheaper than me paying it outright.
What do you mean you have to pay for it?
Like I pay a monthly fee for
You have to
my-
contribute to your private health.
Exactly. For
Oh,
my
I
salary.
swear US companies pay
Yeah, they
for
give it
it.
to you for free, but
Yeah.
you're getting actually conned. Maybe because you're from Australia and you're not a legal tax resident,
No.
as you clearly state.
So basically,
IRS, listen to that one.
Most American companies, when I worked for an American company, I was living here and they gave me free health insurance.
yeah, it all depends on the company and how much they're paying for you. Essentially, if you're not, then you're fucked. That's why there's so many like homelessness and that kind of stuff. Healthcare is like cooked there overall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're talking about corporate. Now,
Corporate.
here's what I've experienced with Americans, right? When I went overseas to like sales kickoff when I was working for LogMe in the American company,
Yeah,
I think like they just love work. Like their whole identity is work and what they do. And so I was with like a bunch of salespeople and all they could talk about
yep.
was their sales that year. Like that's the only conversation. It's like, are you crushing it, dude? It's like, yeah, I'm crushing it. Like that was the chat.
Working with jocks, are we?
No, like legitimately, our salespeople, that's how they are. But like they just took so much pride. Like it's like, hey, how are you? Like, what do you do? And then they would just be, if they worked in sales or if they
Yeah.
worked in, marketing or if they worked in law, they'd just be so proud of it, which is maybe one good thing. Like here, I feel like no one really cares. Like if I ask you, like, what are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm in operations. I'm like, all right, sick. Tell me something
What'd you
funny.
do on the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you're so right. I have talked to so many people at lunch break. They're talking about their work, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to talk about work during lunch. Like it's so annoying. I found a group of people who are like that as well. Now just don't want to talk about, which is nice. But before, man, the first month, the amount of times people were dropping, how was your weekend? What are your plans for the weekend?
Yeah.
The classic 1-2s, and then, how's work going? And then it's like, oh.
Shut up.
Dude, there was a time where I completely zoned out, and then someone kept going, like, the parts in the movies where it's just ringing and it goes, Kush,
Yeah.
Kush. It happened. And I was like, what were you saying? I had no idea.
I think they're also more cutthroat. Like they care about like social climbing heavily. So it feels like a big culture of I don't know, like you got to boast to get noticed by your managers and
Yeah.
It's more of a dog-eat-dog world, you
yeah,
reckon?
a bit more cutthroat, but also like you just have to like show your work. Whereas here, I feel like in the companies that I've worked at, you kind of let the work speak for itself a little bit.
So
more.
show, don't tell here.
That's exactly
US, it's tell, don't show.
Tell, don't show. You just got to keep boasting. Like I did this. I was responsible for this.
Is that why LinkedIn is such a cesspool? Because that's the US culture.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying, I got this,
Dude,
I
I
got this.
received advice on the first day,
Mm.
and he was asking about like my level of work, and was like, "Look, piece of advice: record everything that you do." And he gave me like this template, and I was like, "Dude, like I can do. I did some of this stuff in Sydney.
Yeah.
But this was like to the specifics. He was like, you need this to get promoted." I'm like, I just started. I'm not looking to get promoted, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking to explore the city.
Just want to
really.
settle in a little bit,
I'm
you
looking
know?
to buy my bed from IKEA first of all,
Yeah.
which is done. But that you're right. Work culture there is very grind. I've seen people work 9 to 9 p.m., like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Mm.
I think thankfully my team's a little bit chill. It's kind of nice, but work culture, Sydney's way ahead. Even do the parts where I can just walk up to someone else's desk, just have a little banter, have a little bit of talk. There was a guy I was talking to at the office for like I was around 8 minutes in, and I was like, we're vibing. This is nice. And then he goes, look, man, sorry, I got to get back to work. And I laughed. I was like, nice. No, he turned around and went back to work.
Yeah,
Like, he actually started doing work.
Slap him on the head, brother.
It's a
Relax.
fucking joke. So Sydney, 5-0 it appears.
No, 4-1.
4-1. We've got a draw in there.
4-1.
Actually, no, 5-1.
5-1. We got a draw in there.
5-1. And look, if
So I assume you're glad to now be in San Francisco, given how.
I just want to talk about one thing very,
Okay.
very dear to me. Cinemas.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
America wins by a mile, dude. The battle pass, we've talked about it. So if we were going to add that, it'd be a 5-2, which I
Yeah.
think
But really, 6-5, because that's how important cinema is to you. It's worth
Agreed.
5
Yeah,
points.
that's right. There
So
you
San
go.
Francisco, well done.
well done. It's a fantastic episode, guys. We've come to the outro here, as stated in the title card and the YouTube, which I don't know. Do you guys see the title cards, by the way, I put on YouTube?
I see them.
Yeah, the
There's a
outro
little-
episode. I put the title number, by the way. Just we're getting close to 300. Yeah, Ro's confused, by the
I
way.
don't even know what the words mean. What is a title card?
Exactly.
Come on, mate.
Come on, you don't need title
Come
cards,
on.
man. What plays during Keddy Locks beats? What do you think happens when there's a transition? Just a blank tile?
When's the last time you watched one of our YouTube videos?
No, I know.
Ro?
Oh, is that what you mean? Like, okay, sorry, this is so niche. I know what you do in between the episodes.
okay,
The
okay.
Manscaped segment.
There you go.
The
That's a title
outro.
card.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
I
understood.
thought you just assumed it was a blank space while Locks Beats was playing.
No.
So we're approaching 300.
I'm just saying, we're around 10, I think 11 episodes, maybe 12 episodes. So 300's coming up. Any plans for the 300, boys?
Yeah, we got heaps of plans.
Okay,
I got a
perfect.
lot of ideas for 300.
Yeah, but we'll keep them close to our chest.
Of course, yeah.
Right now,
Exactly.
at this moment in time, of
So
course.
look forward to episode 300 that's approaching. But otherwise, give us a follow on our socials, our talks, our Instas. And if you ever want to play games with us, such as Bull Slut, please write in and we'll make sure to have some fun.